my lovely little beans? It is me, Aliyah, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Aliyah. I hope you get some information / advice out of this video, hence the reason you clicked on it. I hope I don't waste your time. If you're a returning watcher or subscriber, what's up, my lovely little bean? I missed you so much, and I'm so glad you're back. Wherever you're on that spectrum, I hope you're having an amazing morning, evening, or night. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. I'm just cutting to the chase today. As y'all read from the title, I'm going to be doing a type of high school survival guide because a lot of people have been asking me for like sophomore year, junior year, senior year advice. I feel as if once you finish freshman year, you should be straight, but I guess I thought wrong. I'm still always down to help y'all, okay? Now, I did get some advice pieces from my YouTube comments, some friends and everything like that, especially for like the senior year portion of this video. Just know that this has come from multiple sources. The timestamps will be on the screen, so if you want to skip to your specific school year, you are more than happy to do that if you don't want to sit through this whole video. But it's not going to be too long because I feel like this is a very general, overlooking type of video where I can get very comfortable. And you can too. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's go ahead and start the video. So we're gonna start out with freshmen first. Freshmen are the new people in high school most of the time. They are the grade 9. You're the new meat. You're the freshie. You're the one nobody knows. Now, usually when it comes to like freshman advice videos, people are always like,
oh, stay away from those upperclassmen. Oh, they just want to get this, and that.
I don't think so. Now, me being a freshman, I had a bunch of upperclassmen friends, people who were older than me, so they were in the 10th grade, or juniors and seniors, of course, because that's what an older classman is. I found that having upperclassmen friends your freshman year makes high school so much more fun because you get to see their growth journey, your growth journey, and you're not limited to people in your graduating class if you're a freshman. Now, when most people come into their freshman year, they're either really immature or very mature and stuck up. Now, I'd rather be friends with the higher classmen rather than some immature and really stuck up people who think they run the school and they really don't because they just got there and nobody cares about them because they're at the bottom of the food chain. Nobody cares about y'all. Humble yourself. But don't be afraid of upperclassmen because they make high school more tolerable and more fun because if you have a friend that can drive, you're automatically winning, period. Now, there are 2 years in high school that colleges look at the most, and your first one is your freshman year and your second one is your junior year, but we'll talk about that later in the video. But just know that I'm going to say this is the year to really crack down on your work. This is most likely 9 times out of 10 your easiest year out of high school if you're not like in IB or any special program. If you're just in like regular school with regular classes, this is your easiest year, so please take advantage. Don't be afraid to try to get better grades on stuff, ask for extra credit and things like that because it's your freshman year. Like, why would you get caught lacking your freshman year? Because your freshman year, I feel like it takes the biggest toll on your grades because it really sets the standard for the rest of your high school career. Not saying that's a proven fact, that's just how I feel. So if you go into freshman year with a good mindset and you leave freshman year with really good grades, really good work ethic, you're prone to having more successful outcomes later in your high school years. Just get your grades straight, don't get in any trouble, no suspensions, because colleges do look at if you get in trouble. You just don't want to get caught up in that mess if you're at your dream school and they say no because you got a 1-day in-school suspension for using your phone and your teacher takes it, or you're talking back, or they see that you got a D or F in a class, because they will look at it. I promise you they will look at it. And by the way, just because you're fresh bait doesn't mean that the upperclassmen and older students will prey on you. We won't shove you in lockers, we won't give you swirlies in the toilet, we won't hang you from the flagpole. We're all friendly, we don't bite. Now, when you go into your freshman year of high school, you think you're the biggest and baddest because, hey, I'm finally in high school. I've been waiting like 8 to 9 years here in the US to be here. But don't act like you're better than anybody else because we all have the same goal, and that is to be successful and graduate on time with our graduating class. So just humble yourself, stay in your place, and realize that you are no better than anybody around you. Not everything is a constant competition. You don't have to be stuck up. Literally just live your best life in high school. Now, another tip I have for you is kind of weird and a lot of people don't really talk about. I talked about it in my freshman advice video, but I'm gonna say it again right here. Don't be afraid to befriend teachers and become cool with teachers and get teachers on your side and get on their good side, because I will explain later in the video why this matters. But as of right now in your freshman year, this is good to have teachers that you're cool with and they're cool with you. If you need help with anything, you have somebody to go to. If you feel like you don't have anybody at home to talk to that you can go to with your problems, and it's just a win-win situation, especially when you get to your senior year, but I'll explain that later in the video like I just said. Make sure you get your required classes out the way. Here in North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina specifically, you have to take like certain classes in order to graduate, and that's like language and stuff like that, which you can spread out over the 4 years, but I recommend taking your recommended classes first. You can probably go home early or come to school late because you got your required stuff out the way and you don't have to be there at set time. You know what I'm saying? Now, enough about freshmen. Let's go ahead and jump into the sophomore year. to tell you right now, please don't think you're all big and bad just because you're not at the bottom of the food chain. You're still second to last. You're still down there, sisters, so know your place. Don't give these freshmen disgusting looks. Don't act like you're any better than them. Yeah, you're a year older than them, and so what? You were in their position literally less than a year ago, less than 6 months ago. I feel like sophomore year and freshman year are kind of on the same level of easiness, except sophomore bring up the conversation of like colleges, because I want you to start thinking about your colleges and like careers and stuff, which can be stressful, but I feel like since sophomore year is most of the time very easy, get into extracurriculars, because most of the time sophomores are just confused. They're ready to be upperclassmen. It's like a really awkward stage. Sophomore year is a very awkward stage. You're ready to be an upperclassman. You're just one grade away, but people still treat you like you're a freshman, and it just seems like you're really invisible. So be ready for that kind of awkward transitioning year, which is your sophomore year. And I feel like a good way to cope with this is, like I said before, to get into extracurriculars. When you're in extracurriculars and you want to further your education after high school, if that's what you want to do, colleges do look at what you did outside of school, because yes, you could have a 4.0, but the college would rather take somebody with a 3.5 in a lot of clubs and sports compared to a 4.0 with no extracurriculars. If this is an easy year for you, I 10 out of 10 recommend going into extracurriculars, whether it be a club, sport, starting a fundraiser, volunteering, anything like that. Just do your sophomore year if you have nothing else to do. You might as well put your energy towards something else that could benefit you in the future. Now, this is a kind of iffy one, but this is a warning. If you want to do AP, please do it your sophomore and junior year, just for the simple fact that you don't want to gas up your senior year and be super stressed, or your freshman year, because you literally just got to school your freshman year, and then your senior year you're literally about to leave. So why would you put AP level stress on you? Because senior year is full of senior festivities, and then freshman year is still kind of getting comfortable and getting to know everything, and you just don't want to ruin those 2 years, because I feel like they're the most important in high school. You're about to go into your quote-unquote hardest year of high school. I am going to tell you, my junior year had me looking at a pack of Newports. But we're not going to talk about that right now. Junior year is quote-unquote the hardest year of high school, because the topic of college and scholarships and AP classes and dual enrollment classes are all piling up on you. You just have so much to do. But the gag is, let me let you in on a little secret. Junior year is only hard if you make it. Wow, a concept. You literally have some say in what is on your schedule. So if you're constantly piling up AP classes and you just are trying to do a bunch of extracurricular activities, like, no, you're setting yourself up for failure, stress, and depression. And it's not cute. If you're going into your junior year, just make sure, this is the next tip of mine, but this is not the year to procrastinate, and this is not the year to be slacking off on your work, because like I said earlier, your freshman year and your junior year are your most important and most looked at grades when it comes to further education institutions such as college. If you're slacking your junior year, even though you got to set up your own classes and like have a say in them, they're gonna be kind of sus, because one, you signed up for the class, so you should be doing good in it anyway, and two, I don't have a two, I'm just talking. Now, another tip I have for you is to try not to take too many intense / challenging classes, because like I said earlier, junior year is only hard if you make it. If you're taking AP classes, I recommend taking 2 or 3 at most, because AP is intense from what I've heard, and I am not a fan of sis. You can kind of split them up between your sophomore and junior year. Junior year is just so hard because people go OD with the number of AP classes. I just don't want you to put that stress on yourself, because AP is really intense, and they say it's setting you up for college. Me being in college courses for about to be 4 semesters now, I beg to differ. I will talk about the differences of each of them and the type of person to take them right now. So basically, AP is advanced placement, aka classes on crack, and they say it's at a college level, and most of the time you are limited to a certain amount of time and a certain amount of days to learn X amount of information to take a final test at the end of the X amount of time, and if you pass, aka get a 3 or above, you get a college credit and a hella GPA boost. But on the other hand, dual enrollment is basically what I do, and you take college classes and high school class at the same time in order for you to get all of the credits. So if you have a 3-credit class and you get like an 80, you get all the 3 credits towards a college degree, and it gives you a major GPA boost. Now, the way I kind of differentiate these is that if you're really good at tests, I recommend AP, because AP really depends on that final test score that you take at the end of the learning period that you had for that class. So if you're taking AP Psych and you have 90 days to finish learning the stuff in AP Psych and reviewing, but you get a 2 on that test, you do get a GPA boost, but you do not get get the college credit, which really sucks, which is why I'm saying if you suck at tests, you might not want to leave your whole GPA and college credit on the line, because that's what really differentiates between you getting that credit or not. But in dual enrollment, literally all you have to do is get the certain letter grade and you get the GPA boost and the credits added to a degree that you might get when you finish the program. That's why I recommend dual enrollment to people who are not really the best at taking tests. But if you suck at taking tests just like me, I recommend dual enrollment. But if you're really good at testing, take AP. I'm about to read a comment that I got on my freshman advice video, and it's totally not hate. Don't go bash this person. I actually really didn't think about this earlier. Me and Miles didn't think about this when we filmed the freshman advice video, so I just want to put this in there. I'm sorry if I bash your name, but Makai Ashford said, not to bash what Aliyah said or anything, but the reason most people choose AP over dual enrollment is because if you're trying to get into top colleges, they are more impressed with AP over dual enrollment just because it is a lot harder and more intense, but dual enrollment is still a great choice. Now, I 10 out of 10 agree with what he said. At the end of the day, it is definitely your decision, your choice. But on top of that, and I'm just gonna close off the junior part of this video with saying, this year can become very stressful very fast depending on your workload and how you know how to manage your time, and take it one day at a time and try your best. I know it's hard. I've been through my junior year. Junior year was probably the roughest year for me. Just kind of take your time, do what you can. Don't push yourself over the edge just to get a 0.1 GPA boost, because at the end of the day, is that 0.1 GPA boost worth your cost of happiness? Absolutely not. So just take it day by day, take your time, don't overwork yourself, and juniors, good luck. You got this, and I am proud of you for putting in the work that you're putting in. I love you, and you're gonna do amazing. You finally got through the first 3 years of high school, you're on your last one, and the senioritis is kicking in. I know how you feel because my senioritis has been in since I was a freshman. Now, since I'm about to be a senior in high school, I feel like I could not speak on this topic, so I asked some of my friends and boyfriend and other associates for advice they would give to seniors. All my senior friends who have graduated already tell me that senior year goes by so fast because of the festivities, applying to colleges, applying to scholarships. So make the most of it while you can, because for most of you who are going to be graduating and not having to repeat a year, it's bittersweet, you know, like you finally finish high school, probably one of the weirdest, most awkward times of your life. Participate in senior festivities, whether it be senior week, senior trips, prom, things like that, because like I said, this is your last year of high school and you want to make the most out of it. And if you want to make the most out of something, you need to be the most involved in something, and that includes dressing up for Twin Day, dressing up for Disney Day, going to college fairs, going to prom. So when you look back on your senior year, you regret nothing. You don't regret that you missed any type of event while you were there. Don't let the stress of this really big gear shift in your life, such as going from high school to college and talking about it and careers and applying to scholarships. At the end of the day, you're working at your pace, and I know life doesn't slow down for anybody. You can't go into everything full force, 100% prepared 100% of the time. Everything will fall into place. It's okay not to know what you want to do your senior year. You're 17, 18, because you're a teenager. You obviously don't know. You're still growing up. You're still developing. That's just how the cookie crumbles, and that's how senior year honestly is. Filling out applications and applying for scholarships and getting ready for graduation. Speaking of graduation, I just want to let you know that senioritis is indeed a thing, and I just want to let you know that don't let senioritis get in the way of your grades and work ethic. I know we are all very excited to walk that stage, whether it be in May, June, or July, whenever you want to graduate. Some of you might graduate early, and if you do, congratulations. You got out before the rest of us. Senioritis, it can ruin a lot of people. So just don't let the senioritis get in the way of what you're doing and what you need to do. If you were watching the freshman part of the video, I mentioned getting close and befriending teachers. All those teachers that you befriended freshman year, pull them all out your back pocket and ask them for letters of recommendation. If you do decide that you want to go to college right after school, you're gonna need letters of recommendation. So all those befriended teachers, ask for those letters, and it's better to get those from teachers that you already befriended and you know very well than trying to get them from teachers that you just met and just had for the first time, because they don't know you. But those teachers that you met in freshman year have known you for the past 3 years. Now, my other tip for you is to get close to your counselors, and I said this because your counselors are going to be your best friend this year. I know they seem like they don't do a lot, but you have to put yourself out there in order for them to give stuff back to you. Now, counselors are usually there to help with career decisions, college decisions, applying for scholarships, letting you know when there are scholarships, helping you make sure you can graduate on time. So being friends with your counselor and being close with your counselor is a major key in my opinion, because if they say you can't walk the stage, you can't walk the stage. I mean, other than that, also get close with your principal principal, because I've noticed that in cases where I am closer with my principal, I tend to do better and I always have somebody to go to if anything. And if it comes to academic things, you could always go to the counselor or principal to talk to them about it. And if you have any problems, whether it be with graduation, getting your cap and gown, if you don't know what you want to do with your life, then you could just go to them. Simple as that. You won't feel as pressured. They'll feel more like a friend, like a very respected friend with authority. But since they have such experience, they'll know what to say to you, and they'll most likely help you with no problem if they know you well enough. And of course, if they don't know you well enough, they'll probably still help you, but the more they know you, the better they are at helping you. And that goes for teachers also. So guys, you have made it to the end of this high school survival guide video. Now I hope all these advice tips help you throughout your years of high school. If that's where you're headed, you're going into your freshman, sophomore, junior year, or senior year of high school, good luck. Kudos to you. We got this. We're just one more year closer to graduating and being set free into living our own lives. And honestly, I'm proud to say that I will be graduating in May, and I know how it feels to want to graduate, but just know, work hard now so you can play later. Take what you want from that quote. I'm trying to be deep for no reason. Let me just go ahead and wrap up the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe. Now, I'm usually not this serious on this channel, but I feel like this is kind of like a very needed thing. Like I said earlier in the video, most people think that, including me, after freshman year, people just have it, but like at the end of the day, nobody knows what they're doing. It never hurts to give just some points of advice, and that's what I love doing for you guys. I love helping you in any way that I can, so hence the reason I did this video. So let me go ahead and give a shout out to 3 commenters from one of my last videos. I would like to give a shout out to RS, Vivian Hall, and I am a pansexual cake for showing love on my freshman advice video. Make sure you follow my socials. That includes my Instagrams, Twitter, and Snapchat, so you can keep up with me when I am not on camera. I'm not David Dobrik. I don't/can't upload every day, so follow me on my socials, and especially my spam account on Instagram is the best way to keep up with me. Make sure you comment down below any other advice points for any of the grades, and if you do have advice, make sure you specify the grades. So I'm an upperclassman, help the lowerclassmen, and all things like that. Just be nice, be fun. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you all with all my heart. Once again, thank you so much again for watching this video, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Stay cool. Bye, beans.